Guys, we got updates. We've been busy. We've got all sorts of stuff going on now. We've got the carburetor off. Man, oh man, that was an absolute battle beyond. We've got two studs here, which you can see, and two bolts. I could get 3 of them off dead easily. My oh my, that fourth one, somebody had been there before, and it was already rounded off, and that was fun. And by the shape of the carb, meant you couldn't get a socket on top of it. We ended up, and I kid you not, carbide tips on the Dremel to grind that puppy off. Did it eventually, the carb's off. We've got the EGR valve we're going to basically blank off or the bypass. So we're just taking it off for now, see what's going on. All of the emission stuff is basically bin food. We don't need it. We've got, at the moment, I've got holes in the manifold. So we're going to cap that off, cap that one off. This is a vacuum port, so we're going to basically cap that off. The vacuum advance, or the vacuum for the vacuum advance, comes from the carburetor itself when it goes back on. If you can imagine a carburetor here, that's really going to help us a lot. I'm imagining it running and working perfectly. I've got a wild imagination, I know. So where we're at, regular viewers may have noticed that occasionally I do refer to this van in less than favourable terms. Part of that is because it's never really run right. We had it, we're going through the MOT history. This thing has been parked up at some point in its life for about 9 years. That's to say there's no MOT recorded for it. Now I say parked up, it may have been parked up in a barn or a garage or someone's driveway. On the other hand, it could have been doing donuts in a field for 9 years in a farm. I've just got no idea. So what we've been doing is going through this thing, as you know, getting it back up to scratch, replacing bits, really sort of digging through the suspension, steering, interior certainly as you've seen. But now we're digging into the fact that it doesn't really want to run correctly. And I found a couple of faults wrong with the carb, which I'll show you now in a second. But we're actually finding things. We also found a vacuum leak, which I'll show you in a second, a little nipple that was basically snapped off. So that's been sucking air in probably forever. So we are doing a carb overhaul, rebuild, and I've taken a bit of time, as you can see, to clean this up. So I've used a couple of cans of, I don't know, what is it? Brake cleaner I've used on this. It works, seemed to work really well, you know, a bit of a squirty. There we go. So I'm going to get you guys out. If we just go for a little walk, if you come with me, I'm going to show you the carb. In the back of the van here, look, we've got the dog kennel pulled up on the back. We've got the air filter. We've got my little, have I shown you this? Look. We've now got sliding doors. With a little cabinet here. In here, I'd like to say there's a bottle of whiskey, but there's not. There's a bottle of Coke. We've got, this is the EGR doohickey. So that works via vacuum. And it pulls the plunger out. And if you can just see that dear little center hole, it just opens up that little valve right in the middle and lets exhaust go, well, from one passage to the other, and in the manifold there separated. I guess it recirculates it, but that's going to become a blanking plate. That is done. We do not need that. This is the vacuum leak we've had. Look at that. That was hidden down behind the distributor. So that's probably been, well, that's been broken off, I would say, for a long time. When I unscrewed this, it was already broken. And up here we've got the charcoal we've got the charcoal canister. That's not going to go back on. That is now bin food. So I'm going to be in a minute pulling out some of the vacant empty lines. Now, you'll love this. This is the Haynes manual for this marvellous piece of kit. It lists every vacuum system for every conceivable model known to man. It doesn't list, well, what I've worked out is I've got a blend of this one and this one, but it's not exactly either. So I've been puzzling over exactly which version or sort of which in between year I've got, because although this sort of has a single vapor canister and it's got the cool and doohickey there and the other one there, like mine has, it just doesn't quite match with the way the lines are routed. So I was poring over this and trying to work out what I had, and then Mark turned up, and Mark just sort of, having been here for like 20 seconds, pointed out that under the bonnet I've got a guide to this van. So I went to get the MOT done. Oh, where's my light? Oh, Ed, you muppet, Ed, it's up on the bench. Oh, you don't have made life difficult for yourself, don't you? I know. Don't say a word. So, I'll tell you, this is, oh, that's now wet now. It's wet. This van has been a battle royale, it really has. Under it, holy cow. I need, oh, there you go. There's wire cutters. Because I wasn't really thinking this through ages ago, I actually cable tied the wire, or the live feed, to my running board lights. And I've tied the wire to all the pipes that go to the vapor canister. So I need to undo that, and of course I'm being dazzled. It's like a supernova sun under it. This LED light is really good, and it's as bright as, well, literally as bright as Beetlejuice until the battery goes flat with no warning, and then you're plunged into darkness, usually lying under the van. Ah, there we go. Right, I'll separate that out. Oh, we're getting there, boys. Oh, what manner of terrible anxiety and stress is that? Now, let's go back. Oh my word. Everybody stay calm. Ah, hang on, we're going in. I don't know. If I just start pulling, I just start pulling on bits of pipe. Oh, Ed, what have you done? There's one. I ever get the feeling, chaps, that horrible sinking feeling in your gut when you've bitten off more than you can chew, and you're just thinking, why did I do it? And there's no answer. You just know that you've been an idiot. That's sort of where I'm at now. I can't lie to you. Uh-oh. Hang on a minute. That's the vacuum advance for the wordy bit. There we go. Right. There we are. What's caught on there? Oh, now that isn't meant to be. What? This is like the mysteries of the universe in. There we go. There we go. Where did that pipe go? The voices made me do it, honest. Well, we apologise for the loss in transmission there, folks. I pressed the wrong button. Man, what a manner of terrible thing. Okay, well, what we'll do, we'll pretend we haven't seen that. Let's take you back inside. Here we are. Look. It's a joy to behold now. There are less. Oh, there's less bits that confuse me. That's all I can really see now. is this one, which is a vacuum advance. And to be fair, sorry, this one, that one's a vacuum advance. It doesn't need anything else. I mean, these engines were being built from what, I don't know, late 60s. And when you see them on TV and other channels, there's nothing on them. This is gonna go so well when this is back together. We are just literally cooking on gas. It's gonna be so good. So the vapor canister's gone, massive tick. The smog pump has gone, massive tick in the box. We've got this cold air intake is now installed, which goes onto the air filter. Massive bonus. Need to sort out the choke system. That never really quite worked. But we'll do that when the carb goes back together. Ah, that reminds me, I was going to show you the carb. Let's have a look at the carb. Hang on. I was going to show you. You may have noticed, everybody, that once again, garage isn't particularly, particularly tidy state. There is a reason for that. We've had quite a year of it, and I've sort of got more stuff to look after. That's all I'm going to say for now. A lot of it's really good, but I've got more bits to look after, sort out, get sorted. I may have inherited a Jaguar as well, but we'll talk about that another day. I'm not really discussing that today. Here we go now then. Oh. Carb cleaner. Oh, that's got a whiff about it. Okay, so I'm gonna get you guys in. Come and have a look. You can tell me what to do. Let's have a little look. Okay, I'm keeping the carb in this box for now because Okay, so in here, let's get some Blackpools on the do, shall we? Come on. There we go. Right. This plunger here, which I'm sure is vitally important. You see it there? A little plunger. That's meant to move freely, and you can probably see it or hear it. It sticks. It's not smooth in the bore. Now that can't be helping. I'm sure that's meant to go up and down smoothly and let the carb do vacuumy stuff and squirt fuel, and it's obviously doing it intermittently in spurts and spats, so that's got to be one of the problems. And if you couple that to that air leak or vacuum leak, I found those two things alone must be contributing to the fact, or to why this thing doesn't run any sense at all. The other one is this, which it's some sort of switch. I think it's a throttle stop switch, but this wasn't even touching any of the throttle linkage, and quite frankly barely moves. I mean, there's no movement in that, so I don't even know if that's worth putting back on, I'll be honest with you. Oh, I lost, that's where it went. Now I was trying to get the rounded nut off. There we go, see? This stud lost a fight to the grinder. You can see the bit of the carb where it was. Storm Bert passing overhead. I'm fully expecting to have Storm Ernie come at us tomorrow or the day after. We'll see. Meanwhile, updates. We've now got rid. Now let me just bring a light in here so we can show you guys. We've now blanked off the vacuum port here, and the ports and the water cooling jacket over there. We don't need them. We've got rid of a load of emission stuff we don't want to use, and we're going to have, ooh, there's moisture there. Where's that from then? Bearing in mind we're parked in the garage. It could be condensation. Yeah, I reckon that's condensation forming. Why else would there be bloody light? Yeah, look, that's condensation. There's nothing leaking. Say the van's in the garage. We did have a hell of a storm last night. We've actually lost a couple of tiles off the roof of the house. So I'd imagine we've had very weird atmospheric conditions. It's definitely condensation. Oh, that's absolutely ideal. Oh, this is the gift that keeps on giving. Okay. Right, another little job, folks. These are all vacuum lines coming from under the engine bay. The actual connecting bob, or a little like plastic manifold, that these went into after 30 years, no, nearly 40 years. You can see it there. The side that was on these pipes was all crumbled away and broken. So undeterred, I've got some little plastic flexible pipe. I'm going to sleeve it on and join them up to the corresponding pipes, because these operate the air vents for the heater go up, down to your feet, to your face, to your windscreen. You can just see the connecting bob up here. If you really peer in and see what I can do, you will notice, this is a 10-minute job really, that all of you can't see, can you hear that? There it is. So all of the pipes that go into that and disappear up under the dashboard. And this is a bit you're going to laugh at. You see, I'm going to move all this. See there? They're all black. Every last one of them. So I can't just do that colour to colour, because that would be far too easy. And now I'm stuck at line over a 318. So I'll be taking the dashboard out and seeing if we can't now trace the wires, rather than just connect green to green, yellow to yellow, red to red, which is really what I thought I'd be doing. But no. Why? Why would it be that easy? We have taken the opportunity to replace the heater hoses here and down there at the front. They're new, so we are digging our way through it. Okay, this has been on boil for a good hour. Oh, my eyes! My eyes are burning. I may have overcooked this. Here we go. Go on. Oh, 50 degrees. Oh, look at this. Oof, that. Oh, my eyes. Oh, my eyes. Oh, man, look at that. Can you see that? Look at this. Well, that is as clean as it's ever going to be. Oh, my eyes are burning. I may have overcooked this a little bit. There's another piece in it. Hut, 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 hut. Hang on. There we go. In a minute, guys, I'm going to get you in to have a look at this, and you can tell me what you think. Right. Oh, eyes, lungs, you name it. Right then. What am I doing? I'm going to get you. I'm going to have a look. See what you think of this. Pretty much there now. Just a little bit squirty, just to give it a final rinse. We are there. This is almost now as clean as it's ever going to be. In total, it's probably had about, I don't know, 4 or 5, no, a couple of hours on boil. It's looking pretty dandy. Pretty much like it's there. I'm happy with that. I think they're actually starting to loosen up, because these little puppies were sticking a bit, but they're really loosening up now. I can't get them out because if you look, they're crimped over. I don't really want to try and uncrimp that because it's the same under here as well, and I'm just not brave enough. So I think, having spoken with Chris, who was around earlier, the plan is just to rebuild what we can, leaving those two in place, and then we're there. I think realistically we can't do much else, and it's going to be so much better than it was before anyway. I mean, it's just magnificently cleaner, magnificently more up together. What I am looking for, and of course I've lost it, was my Stanley blade. I've still got some gasket I need to try and shift. Don't forget, give yourself a sterile working area at all times. There we go. I just want to get rid of that last piece of gasket. There's a piece. See, I didn't spot that before it went back into the parts cleaner. It's amazing what you don't see until it's too late. That's the idea of giving it a secondary clean, because you just never know. Always cut away from yourself, guys, so you don't cut your fingers, alright? You know when you're pressing hard, because you snap your blade. We'll leave that for the time being. Right, I think that's going to conclude it for this video. Next time we get together, I think we'll be reassembling the carb and putting it back on the truck. So until next time, stay safe. I'll see you later.